Yep, I'm ready.
Welcome to Chicken Yard Sports. I am your host, Yak Blunderland. Always with me is Earl Blasterson. And we are doing a little playoff preview, baby. Let's check it out. We are starting in the NFC, where the Packers claim the number one seed, get the first round bye. But we'll start with the number two seed. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Philadelphia Brotherly Love Eagles. Take it away, Earl.
Well, I'm surprised the Eagles even got in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Everybody
I saw
is.
that and I was just like, oh, nice. Like, I just wrote them off like a couple weeks ago. I was like, yeah, the Eagles aren't going to make any noise. And if we're being honest, like, those garbage games at the end of the season aren't really worth anybody's time. But apparently the Eagles figured it out well enough.
Well, it
But
was
yeah,
worth it, and all the players got bonuses. Everyone's fucking stoked for sure.
yeah,
But
I mean, the Eagles, though, it's just like, just skeptical as fuck. Like, I personally am not an Eagles fan at all. I definitely don't think that they're a likable team, but like just kidding, go Birds. But like Jalen Hurts, man, it's like even if he's playing at his best, I'm not super confident in anything they can do. I think they're very, 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 very lucky to have gotten in. So
yeah, no, I don't disagree whatsoever. But yeah, they are massive, massive underdogs. This coming weekend, probably a game that I would stay away from on the betting market because Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's a fucking dual threat quarterback, but Vita Vea is one of the best run stuffers in the NFL. They'll generate pressure up the middle. The Eagles.
when the Eagles
Are
did,
there
like,
enough playmakers? Jalen Rager, is he good enough?
no, there's not. Definitely not. Like, dude, I watched a ton of their games this year, and like the Eagles just they're either getting the shit kicked out of them, absolutely, or they're barely hanging on. Like, they're never like dominating football games. The best case scenario for them is that they somehow force a couple turnovers and capitalize, but their whole
they do got a
offense
good defense.
runs.
They're great in the trenches. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I agree. They got to force some turnovers. It's got to be a weird fucking game for the Eagles to win, and
definitely.
weird doesn't usually beat Tom Brady. You're gonna need more than a miracle to
Yeah,
beat
seriously.
Tom
Their
looking for
whole
his
offense
17th
is
ring.
just throw deep balls to Devontae Smith. Like, when your whole offense is that and it doesn't work. I mean, I've seen a million 3-and-outs from them this year, so not worried at all if I'm a Bucks fan because your defense is going to play fine. Tom Brady's the master. Like, it's
Yep,
chill.
facts. So yeah, I'm picking the Bucks to go on, and to be honest, I'm looking at them to cover the -8.5 point spread. But
Yeah, I'd feel pretty comfortable with that bet. I mean, it's definitely does have some risk because the Eagles might be able to keep it relatively close to a one-score game, but I don't know. If they shut down Devontae Smith, it'll be a 2-score game easy.
oh yeah, no doubt. We'll move on to the Cowboys with the 3 seed taking on the 6 seed 49ers, who played just a heater of a game
Yes, they
to
did.
end the
Holy
season.
shit.
And yeah, Sean McVay going into last weekend was 47-0 when holding a lead at halftime,
So
blows the
insane.
lead, and now he is 47-1, all thanks to Kyle Shanahan. And I mean, let's be honest, Kyle Shanahan is a boss. To think that the Denver Broncos, and we're not Broncos fans, but could have had him a few years ago, and went with fucking Fangio or Vance Joseph, whoever they picked instead of Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, I digress. Well, the Cowboys are looking good. Niners are a scary team right now.
Yeah, the Niners are hilarious though, because I mean, even just like last week, which is I think when they're at their most potent, like Jimmy G is still throwing ridiculous interceptions. Like even at their very best, they're probably going to turn the ball over. But Debo Samuel was just a man possessed last week. He's going to the playoffs just looking thick AF, dude. And then you've got
Damn,
Really
that's a
just
thick
their
ass boy.
yeah, dude. And then you just got like solid defense still. And yeah, they're feisty as shit. It's all on Jimmy G though. I mean, it usually is in San Francisco. Like when he was hurt last year, they played like shit. And if he doesn't throw a million interceptions, they have a chance. And I'd say like of all the upsets, like this is probably the one that's most likely to actually happen because the Cowboys, when they let themselves play down to people, they
They
are
play
sketchy
so
as
far
fuck.
down. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the Cowboys, they have some very nice wins on the season. They also have some just atrocious losses where they just got
And
like
like,
thumped by the
yeah,
Broncos and they just like lay eggs at random. Like if they're playing at their peak, they're legitimately, I would say, one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. The thing is every
that's so
couple weeks
rare.
they just like stop playing well and are just like, no, we're just gonna play really shitty against a really shitty team.
Yeah, I
So
really don't get the Cowboys because they also their defense has played like better than it has in like a decade. Honestly, like their defense is pretty sick right now with Diggs in the back making all those picks, and then yeah, it's just I don't know. They're so up and down though. And like I would never bet on the Cowboys this year because when they won, it was like, yeah, they probably should have won this game. But when they lost, you're just like, oh my god, they are so fucking bad.
yeah, no, I agree. So man, I could see this game going either way. You know, if Dak has a good game, I see them easily covering that 3-point spread. But the Niners defense is sick as well. So I'm gonna pick Dallas to win and cover the 3 points.
Yeah, I like that. I like them covering.
All right, we're in agreement for the first two. Sick choices.
Yeah,
Um,
real
the
original,
final,
bro.
the final NFC playoff game, Rams Cardinals, and
Which is gonna be lit
it's
AF,
gonna
dude.
be
Oh
fucking
my
sick.
god.
The Cardinals lose the Week 18 game to the Seahawks to go from having a home field or a home game in the playoffs to not having a home game, even though it's kind of a home game because, let's be honest, every game that's played in Los Angeles
Yeah, it's
is a
just
home
like
game for the
it's a neutral
opposition.
site. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's a
neutral
neutral
site.
site. Yeah. Um,
The
people in
Rams
LA
though,
are just like, yo, dude, we're too busy
bro.
fucking smelling farts and like going out with supermodels to like go to football games. He's like, you guys got to, dude, that's so grungy.
Yeah, that's some toxic masculinity right there. You're going to a football game, is what they say in
Yeah,
LA.
exactly.
But
They're like, no, we're going to Staples Center, bro. We got the Lakers.
The
The
Rams
crypto.
are in major trouble, man. Like I know that's kind of ridiculous to say, but they let the Niners just destroy them in the second half last week. And of course, Stafford is throwing picks again. I mean, like, my God, I've never seen a team with so much talent just absolutely flop in the biggest moments yet this year. Like, they have
So,
played bad in big
the
games.
real question is, was it Stafford who was bad or the Lions that were bad? You know?
Right. And I mean, Cooper
but no,
Cup
honestly,
is
yeah,
sick.
dude, I agree. Like Stafford, if he doesn't throw more than an interception, they win this game. If he throws more than an interception, or they have more than one turnover, then they lose the game.
Yeah,
Which
because
has
I
been
really see this being like if it's really going to be on how many times can they stop the Cards because the Rams offense is sick and it's pretty unstoppable, but like San Francisco is not on paper a better team and they were able to climb out of a massive hole
a
last week.
17-point
So
deficit. Yeah.
if you're allowing teams like that with Jimmy G manning it, where they're primarily like a run team anyway, like you cannot afford to let the Cards get ahead at all. It's basically going to be like the first time the Cards get a possession advantage, like the Rams are fucked in this game. That's how I see it. But
Yeah, no, I don't disagree whatsoever. And this game is a 4-point spread. The Rams are favored at home.
dude, Kyler Murray is like Russell Wilson on steroids. Like, I really think that he'll surpass him very quickly, honestly, because they're like very similar players, but Kyler is faster and has a better arm. And like, people might think I'm crazy for saying that, but like, when I watched his pro tape, I was just like, this dude has literally the silkiest release, and it's just dimes, and it's a flick of the wrist cannon, And like when he plays on his game, and like when they're in trouble and he gets moving, he's fucking impossible to stop. So
No, I don't
I,
disagree. The thing is, and I mean, you could say this with, I guess, any quarterback except for a couple, but like Kyler, he's sick when he's sick, but when he's not, and it's always the second half of the season where he's playing with an injury and he just doesn't look nearly as good. And he's kind of beat up right now. I mean, he missed a couple games this year. He misses a couple games every year. But yeah, I mean, I agree.
I'm not
The
saying he's
Cardinals
even
have the
there
better
yet.
quarterback in this game.
I'm
Like
not even
Stafford
saying
is.
he's there yet, but like if he has an A+ game, he's one of the most dangerous dudes in the league, period. And with D Hop out there now, like they have another full season under their belt, and they're like hungry as fuck. I like betting on the Cardinals in this one for sure. I don't even know what the spread is, but
It's 4 points for the Rams at home. And yeah, honestly, I like the Cardinals to upset. I just don't see the Rams. I mean, they got better players, but they don't have a better roster necessarily. JJ Watt's back, which we'll see how healthy he is. It'll be interesting to see JJ take the field for the playoffs. But
and
yeah, I
Chandler
mean,
Jones will be in there, dude. Like the Cards aren't nearly as strong on defense, but they do have some people that can make
the
life
thing is, the
difficult for
Rams aren't
Stafford.
strong on defense except for like 5 players. Like they got
Yeah,
like
I
like
guess,
50
but
50% of their defense is like an all-star defense and the other is like a high school JV squad. And it's like, can like Aaron Donald
as
force the
evidence,
pass quick enough where like a JV receiver doesn't have to actually cover the guy? Or
uh,
like the
yeah, as
one time they
evidenced
throw it
by
towards Ramsey, can he like make a play on the ball?
yeah, I was just about to say, as evidenced by every time Ramsey's on the field, he is just freaking the fuck out, yelling at one of his teammates because he knows what they did wrong and he's
Yeah.
telling
And
them.
they
And
don't. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's great. But yeah, let's I think so. I'm going Cardinals to cover the 4 and win outright.
yeah, me too, for sure.
Sick, dude. Um,
Yo, bro,
she,
I'm been on the Cardinals train since like last year, making a fool of myself, just being like, these guys are going to the fucking Super Bowl.
well, yeah, I want to get ahead of myself, but if they win this game, I guess they will. Unless the Niners win, they'll be playing the Packers. Would you rather play the Packers or the Bucks?
uh Probably the Packers, honestly. Like I know that's crazy to say, but like the
In
Bucks did the
Lambeau. The
dance
thing
last
is,
year,
man, it
dude.
would be bad if you were the Cardinals playing the Pack in Lambeau. Cardinals are playing in like 80-degree weather every
Yeah.
day, dude. They're like just cush as fuck. And then you go up to Lambeau Field. Hopefully it's snowing just so everyone on the Cardinals team could be like, God fucking bless it.
Yeah, and they're just cranking the AC in the locker room too, in the visiting locker room.
Yeah, yeah, just to fuck with them. All right, we'll kick it over to the Chiefs versus the Steelers. And Big Ben with just the
Fuck the Steelers.
all time quote, basically saying, yeah, no, we're not going to win this game. We're just going to go out there and have fun. Like, what are there, 14 teams that made it? Yeah, I mean, we're probably the 14th best, but like, at least we can just go have fun with it. And the collective world is just like, well, that was a brutally honest take by Ben Roethlisberger of all
Yeah,
people. Like,
seriously.
and then Najee Harris on his Instagram uh, posted something and took it down, and it's the quote that Big Ben has, and it just says the what,
That's so
and then
great.
like 5 minutes later took it down. But oh, too good. Um, yeah, I mean the Chiefs are gonna stomp them, right? There's no chance.
Yeah, I don't like the Steelers at all in this unless Najee Harris has like 45 carries and runs for 250 yards. But even then, like the Terminator is terminating, and the Bengals like barely got out of one of the craziest games of the year 2 weeks ago. And then the Broncos like kind of kept it close, I guess, for a little while, but like the Chiefs were just they're there. Like Travis Kelsey is doing Travis Kelsey things, Tyreek Hill's the beast, and the Terminator is doing Terminator things, and their defense is sick right now. Like of all things, their defense is like rounded out to be one of the top units like in the league over the last like 6 or 7 weeks or something like that. And yeah, I would love to just see the Steelers get knocked out immediately, but it's also just bullshit that the Raiders and Chargers couldn't have tied last week because they were close.
Yeah, it would have been beautiful if they just tied, and the collective football world could have watched Justin Herbert play in a playoff game, because who's going to be more
Brandon
entertaining?
Staley's fault.
Yeah. Oh, 100% Brandon Staley. Like, what a fucking idiot timeout. But it's, yeah, instead of watching Justin Herbert throw for 350 yards, throwing just absolute daggers everywhere, we're going to watch Ben Roethlisberger throw check down passes all afternoon.
And we would have had Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert all in the playoffs this year. And like, we would have seen Herbert play one of those two young guys, and that would be like the start of these epic playoff things that we'll probably see for years, like Brady and Manning kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, but with that, I think we should move on to the
Wait, what do you think? So it's a 12.5-point spread, I believe.
Chiefs all day, bro.
I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think the Steelers will cover 12.5 points.
I'm going to say that the Chiefs are going to cover, because I think they're just going to kick the living shit out of the Steelers and win by like 3 touchdowns. But
I mean, that could definitely happen. Just playoffs. Tomlin's a good coach. Hopefully Najee runs for 1,000,000 yards, but Chiefs to win. Steelers should cover. All right. The number 3 seed Bills taking on the AFC East rival New England Belichick's. And this game is going to be electric fire.
Yeah, just bonkers. I mean, Mac Jones is like the least exciting quarterback in the league, but the Patriots as a team will definitely find a way to stay close with the Bills. And they beat the Bills earlier this year, throwing the ball 3 fucking times.
Yeah, but the wind was also blowing 120 miles an hour.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they're going to go in there and run the shit out of the ball. And, like, in better weather, like, it's not like they were probably saying, all right, we're doing this as a meme and only going to throw it 3 times. Like, if Mac Jones can actually throw the ball, their offense might move the ball pretty well, you know. But, yeah, the Bills, I just, as excited as I was about them last year and as confident as I was about them last year, this year I'm just not confident in them at all. Like, I think the Patriots could easily win this football game. So
I don't think so, dude. I see the Bills pumping the Patriots and just being like, fuck you for the last 20 years.
Well, that's what we all want to see, but I'm just saying.
No, like, I think they're a much better football team. I think New England has done very well this year. But they were also expected to do very well because Belichick had the most expensive free agency last year of all time. So
apparently all you need to do to make the playoffs is just spend $80 million on 2 tight ends. So take notes, everybody.
Take notes, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, Josh Allen is the much better quarterback, and I think he's a better quarterback by more than 4 points. Mac Jones is fine. He's a solid rookie. But
he just runs their offense exactly how Belichick wants it run, and a lot of that involves checkdowns, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm
taking Bills to cover 4 and win money line.
Last year, I basically thought the Bills were like, I don't know, like a dude fucking riding a motorcycle, standing up with a bazooka, and everything's on fire, and they're just destroying everything in their path. But this year, I just don't think they're nearly as potent. But I hope they prove me wrong. And I'm not saying that the Patriots, if they won, it'd be like an easy game. I think it's going to be super close. But, like, I don't know.
Taking Patriots to cover the 4 points? Do it.
Yeah, I guess. It. No, I'm not even saying that. Like, I think it's going to be like a 3-point game. Maybe a 2 or 1 point game.
That is exactly what that means.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they cover the spread. I'm just going to say it's going to be a 1, 2, or 3 point game.
I'm not going to say they cover the spread, but I'm saying they're going to cover the spread. Okay.
Yeah, that checks out. The final game of the weekend, the Cincinnati Burros versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, we're definitely not Cincinnati Burros fans, but like I think they're gonna go and just absolutely fucking annihilate the Raiders and make Derek Carr
cry
just exactly how he is, you know.
Yeah, like have his mascara run wild.
Yeah. I mean, people forget, like, I think with a loss, would they not have been eliminated last week?
Yeah, they would have. But they were also underdogs in Los Angeles, and they went in and make the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, like the Chargers, even though they lost, like they were clearly the better team. Like in the second half, it was just
Yeah,
like
I don't
magic. But
disagree. The thing is Derek Carr is a sneaky good quarterback. The Raiders have won a ton of games that they weren't supposed to win. 5.5 points is quite the spread, to be honest. If I were to guess, that spread would have been lower.
yeah, but dude, the Bengals, like they just beat Cincinnati in one of the most insane fucking football games I've ever seen. And
The
Jamar
Bengals
Chase,
beat Cincinnati.
I mean Kansas City, sorry. It was in Cincinnati.
Nice.
Definitely not high, but they they win this just insane game with Jamar Chase playing out of his fucking mind. And I think Joe Burrow is legitimately like a badass tough dude who's just scary as fuck with a football in his hands. And like he also was coming off throwing for like 900 yards in 2 weeks with like I don't even know, like 89 touchdowns. Like the
Yeah,
dude
I
is
hope that him taking a week off last week didn't mess up any of his mojo, because holy cow, if he might be the most fun quarterback to watch, right? Like right this second. Like Mahomes is sick,
yeah.
but he hasn't had as good of a Mahomes season as we're used to. Joe Burrow right now is an absolute animal.
Yeah, it's insane. And Jamar Chase too. I mean, the dude set a rookie record with like 266 yards like just 2 weeks ago. Like these guys are fucking on fire, and they did that against the Chiefs, who have a pretty good defense right now. And Mahomes was putting them in impossible situation after impossible situation. Like if you can play at that level against a team that good, like I don't see them having any trouble with the Raiders. Like
Yeah, I don't either.
you don't want
I
to say
see.
you think the Bengals can win it all, but I mean, like they are playing insanely good football right now. I mean, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are on another fucking planet right now.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and that's why it sounds like we're both taking the Bengals to win and cover 5.5.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, for weekend one, what's it called? Like divisional round? Not divisional round. It's called wild card weekend.
Wild card plus, dude.
Nice, sick name, NFL.
Actually, it's probably like they had on Saturday. It's probably Monday Night Football on Saturday on ESPN weekend.
Just an absolute electricity name. We're doing NFL playoff wildcard weekend on wildcard weekend. That's it from Chicken Yard Sports. Like and subscribe. Cheers.